Welcome back. Well, has COVID-19 changed the rules of office etiquette? Fox 44's Brian Glenn sat down with an etiquette expert to get some ideas on how to avoid annoying your coworkers.
Okay, let's talk about some of the things that people might be doing in the office, and then we'll get to on these Zoom calls that could be so annoying to their coworkers and their boss. Let's talk about a few of those.
Which one? The office first?
Let's start with in the office.
In the office. Well, hopefully we will be back in the office soon. Well, one of the things, Brian, is if I'm busy and I'm really working and I'm writing something and someone just assumes that they can just walk in and say, hey, and start talking to me. It would be nice if you stop and say, hey, got a minute?
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone does that.
Not everyone does that. My hand is up because I do that all the time. Okay, let's talk about maybe excessive emails as well. CCing on every email that you get. Can we briefly talk about that?
Oh, we can talk ad nauseam about that.
We can have a half-hour show on that.
We
probably.
can have a half hour, yes. So don't.
No.
You know, if somebody doesn't need to know about it, don't CC, and sure don't BCC. Just send the email.
They're sending the email. Okay, more and more people are working from home, and they're jumping on these Zoom calls. So all of a sudden, we're Zoom experts here. What are some of the most annoying things people are doing on Zoom?
Well, most of the annoying things are funny things, like eating. Well, you know, eat before, and if you're going to eat, maybe leave the room for just a second and take a bite. Just don't eat while you're on the phone. The flow example that was on the internet about somebody on the cell phone all the time. What else? Well, here's one, just body language. I mean, I see all kinds of things like stretching and moving around a whole lot.
If someone's in the office talking entirely too loud on their phone, how do you address that with your supervisor?
Well, I would address it with the person.
Directly to them?
Sure, why not? I mean, the supervisor has other things to deal with, so just, you know, graciousness and being transparent and saying something nice, I don't think would hurt someone's feelings. It's how you say it, not what you say all the time. So just say, hey, you know what, could you just tone it down a little bit? I'm trying to... I wouldn't be offended. I don't think most people would be offended. And Brian, a lot of people honestly don't think that they are doing something that might be annoying. So, but if it's consistent and it keeps going on and on, I think you have every right to address it.
Let's talk about that person in the break room that wants to heat up that fish in the microwave. Is that the classic example of not being a little inconsiderate to others?
That's pretty inconsiderate.
Do you address that directly as well? Do you call that out?
I've never had that happen,
Well,
Brian. I'm going to have to write another article on that.
You might want to. You know, the reheats, the old put the fish in the microwave for 2 minutes and smell at the office. I think that's a big violator right there.
I would just walk by and go, oh,
Maybe
and then they
that's
get the
what you do.
message.
Maybe that's what you do. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It's been a pleasure.
Good stuff there.
Thank you.